feel like so much has happened since my last video. And I know that it's not like so many things have transpired, but so much that we have had to do in our life has changed. My last video, I was sitting there eating some oatmeal, and that seemingly healthy type of item to eat. And then, and I went lower. Okay. You know, seemingly it's a healthy type of item to eat, oatmeal. And I wasn't putting anything bad on it. I was putting peanut butter, which is just peanuts. Didn't have anything else in the peanuts. It just was, or sorry, anything else in the peanut butter. It was just peanuts. So I don't peanuts, which is fine. So there was that. And what else was I putting in there? I was putting in the protein powder. Well, not powder, but mixed up. The Premier Protein mixed up into it. And gosh, it hasn't been that long ago, but it's just the items that I have put in there. Honey, I can't. Okay, back up. My husband and I had gone to the doctor, and we knew what our triglycerides looked like back when. We knew that they were elevated. So I guess the doctor had said to my husband, because my husband had specifically asked this question from the doctor, and we knew that my husband had done some blood work years before getting a Premier Protein. But my husband had done some blood work years before, and he had seen that his triglycerides at that time, were slightly elevated. So we thought, didn't think much of it. But what we've done is, oh, sorry. Okay. What we've done, and since then, what we've just done, you know, in general, is we've stopped drinking, and this is years ago, that we stopped drinking soda pop. So that we thought would help with our triglycerides. Not so. The doctor had recommended that because he didn't say it to me, but I did see on mine that my triglycerides were slightly elevated also when I looked at my blood work online. So I thought, you know, that's something that I've got to do myself too. I've got to take care of that. Sorry, I had to put this up in a way. Okay. That's something that I got to do myself too, as I've got to watch my triglyceride levels. So the doctor recommended to him to go on a low carb diet. So I thought, it's the same thing for me. I need to be on the low carb diet too, because my triglycerides aren't as elevated as his are, but are elevated too. So because both of ours are elevated, and it's not like it's, you know, really highly elevated on either front, on either one of us, but they are slightly. So we do need to take action. And we haven't taken any sort of action in that direction since we've cut out soda pop from our diets. And the other thing that he needs to do is to try and drink more water. I already drink, I think it's enough water in my diet. I'm thinking that I do that, and I do. I drink quite a bit of water. So I'm not thinking this is what I take to collagen, that's my downfall. That what I need to work on in the direction for me is the low carb. So we are on a low carb diet right now. That means the oats that I was eating in the last video, nope. Can't have those. I've been eating dried fruit every day. Nope. I've been eating an apple a day. Nope. I've been eating a banana. Nope. Carrots are a big thing that we've been eating. Nope. Potatoes. Nope. Bread, obviously. Nope. There's so many no's on a low carb diet. Sugar, no. You know, you gotta watch what. Here's what I learned. And this is like, it can get complicated, it can get sticky, it can get, you know, I guess depending upon, like, say that there's a prepackaged type of item. Like, there's some bars that I was looking at, and they're called Built bars, and I like them. I've been eating them for years, but not very often. They're not cheap. So they do contain collagen, and they are carb friendly. And so we're looking for carb friendly options, and we do need snack bars that are, you know, friendly in that direction. My husband and I both, for lunch, we have a Premier Protein mixed in with the collagen. So that's what I'm preparing right now. In my cup, I put the Premier Protein in there, and then I put a scoop of powder, and then I'm going to mix it up. And that's going to be part of my lunch. So that's what I do for lunch. So that's what my husband, he has that too. So that's our, you know, what we take and do for lunchtime. And I was having this Premier Protein, like I explained before, oats, and then putting this in the oats, which we've got some oats that we've got to eat up. And my husband has been eating cream of wheat. He's been enjoying that. You can't have that anymore. We can't have spaghetti. We can't have tacos. We can't have burritos. But there are shells out there, which I do admit, last night I did make some wraps with some shells that are carb friendly. And if you are, or if you're thinking about going on a low carb diet, I know a lot of people do it for reasons of losing weight. That's not our reason. And I know that I have lost weight, which I haven't lost weight on doing anything with the carbs, which now, look how much more weight I'm probably going to lose on this diet. Not that I'm trying to do anything like that, but it'll obviously be a plus, because you know how you feel better when you're, you know, less weight is on your body. You're obviously going to feel better. And so I know that, and that's what's going to happen as a positive thing to this keto. Well, sorry, I guess it is. See, I go with the keto, thinking keto in my head, because when I'm looking at anything to do with, carb friendly and such, they mention keto in there. And so keto is a big part of low carb diet, because I guess low carbs is cutting out sugar, and you know, carbs are sugar, like bread turns right into sugar. So we need to watch the carbs. And we have items in the house that we've stocked up on. Beans, no longer. Rice, no longer. Flour, no longer. I do have, well, I don't have, but I do need to get some almond flour and just start using that in items, making stuff out of the almond flour. Gosh, it is a big lifestyle change if you're told that you need to, I guess, cut out, well, not cut out, but go low carb. It's a huge lifestyle change. We didn't know. I guess, you know, the thing is that we eat a lot of pizza. Nope. You know, every once in a while we can have like a thin crust pizza. My husband never liked the thin crust pizzas. I do admit there is one thin crust pizza from, well, I think that might be the case with all thin crust pizzas, but I'm not sure that they're crispy. And I'm not a fan of having a crispy pizza crust. I like to have that, not doughy, but a little bit of the bread texture, just not crispy. That's not a pizza to me. It's like when you're eating a slice and it's like crunch, crunch. No. So what we're gonna do is we will periodically, not as often as we had before, But periodically, when we have our pizza, I'm going to get the New York style pizza because that is thinner crust. And that's what we're going to have. So we're not going to have it often. It's going to be a treat, you know, when we have pizza. So, that's a lifestyle change, which I was not aware was really, really involved. I got something the other day, and like I told you that I did the wraps. My husband said, and I am very surprised because he is, you know, usually the one that is pushed back on all of this stuff. He pushed back on ever getting thin crust pizza, and I told him that I'd rather have a New York style pizza. He'd push back on that one too. He liked pan pizzas. But this I got yesterday. It's a Quest protein chips. Somebody was saying that the loaded taco is pretty good, and they're not cheap. They have 4 grams of carbs in them. They're not great either. They don't taste great, I can tell you that much. Somebody was saying, oh, the loaded taco flavor is wonderful. Well, in this thing, there's 4 bags that come in it. So I got the loaded taco. We tried that one. We ate that. We ate those yesterday. I had a bag. My husband had a bag, so there's 2 bags left in there. And I also got this one, which is, what? Nacho cheese. So, there's that. I don't know. That's just gonna have to... Hopefully these taste better than the other ones. I'm kind of doubtful. But I've got them. We're gonna eat them. We're gonna have the nacho cheese ones the next time that I make the wraps. So I make the wraps one more time. So we'll have like 4 bags of these chips left over, which we'll eat with something another day. But yeah, there's that. And I've been eating a lot of nuts, and I got these nuts from when and this was before we started the low carb we ate at Texas Roadhouse, which we still can eat at Texas Roadhouse, but we can't have the rolls. There's just, I love rolls, okay? I'm sorry, but I love a nice, warm, especially Texas Roadhouse roll with some honey butter. Oh, so good. Can't have those anymore. And we went there because it was my husband's birthday month. I guess we call it the birthday week that we celebrated in October. And he got a free appetizer at Texas Roadhouse. So we got the bloomin' onion. Guess the last time I have the bloomin' onion for a while. My birthday's coming up in December. So I'll be getting a free appetizer at Texas Roadhouse. I gotta look and see what's available on their appetizers and what we can get. So I don't know. Guess we'll see what. We'll see. This is not going to be, and it is not already easy. But what in life is easy? You know? What? But this is hard. It's like you've got to. I want to tell you one thing. I would look at the nutrition labels of what we're eating and such, but I have not looked at nutrition labels so, what would you call it? So much, so just methodically as I have with this low carb. I haven't. And so I'm going to have to cook some low carbs. I went to Chat GPT so that I can see what I can make for us that's going to be low carb. I don't always feel good. I don't know if I've explained on here, but I have chronic pain. My back pain, I have where my back arches, and on the top I have a very, very defined arch in my back, and it's painful. So I've got arthritis back there. So when there's storms coming in and such, the pain escalates high, and it will not let up, will not stop. Last night, in fact, I had that just before bed, well, during dinner, and it would not stop. Then finally, when it kind of leveled off as I was in bed, just winding down and such, that I could feel pins and needles still in my back. It was it was relentless yesterday. So when I get in the moments like that, it's difficult for me to make anything for dinner, to think about anything for dinner, to think about doing things for life type things. Heck, it took me a lot to just go brush my teeth and get ready for bed. And I'm just like, well, I'm going to wind down by watching a show on TV. And it was still hard to even concentrate on that. It's tough. It is. This life is not for the faint of heart. I tell you that much, what I'm going through. And anyway, that set aside, I'm trying to take this diet that we're low carb, breathe in deep, and just do it. We have no alternative. It's our health. Here. And my husband, bless his heart, he is like going through some other things with having tendonitis in both arms. That's his story, and so that with him too, he's got his pain there, and his job requires him to be able to use his arms all the time in moving. He's a facilities, and it's just maintenance, facilities. So it's, both of us are just getting through this. And I invite you on our journey to come with us. I'm going to touch on the diet that we're on as I go along, and other things. I did promise some of you, and I know some of you are looking out for that I do have them, and they're going to make their way into the videos. My Chobani Flip characters, they're going to come. So I appreciate you all for being here today, and I invite you to keep on this track with me, keep on this train with me, and I'll share with you some of our diet type things, the low carb type things that we're doing, like I have just here, and see how it goes. Okay, love you, bye.